Marcus Rashford responds as Man Utd star Alejandro Garnacho, pictured in Aston Villa shirt. Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho are both expected to leave Manchester United this summer, and the pair have been linked with a host of clubs across Europe. Alejandro Garnacho wore an Aston Villa shirt with Marcus Rashford's name on holiday. Marcus Rashford has branded Alejandro Garnacho "my brother" after the Manchester United star shared a photo of himself wearing an Aston Villa shirt with his name and number on it. Both Garnacho and Rashford are expected to leave Old Trafford this summer, with neither player part of Ruben Amorim's plans. Rashford spent the second half of last season on loan at Villa after he was frozen out by Amorim, while Garnacho was told to find a new club after publicly voicing his frustration at being left out of the starting lineup for the Europa League final. And Garnacho has raised eyebrows after he shared a series of snaps from his holiday to Ibiza, including one where he is wearing a Villa shirt with Rashford 9 on the back. Rashford also commented on the post, simply writing, "My brother," followed by a love heart emoji. According to BBC Sport, sources close to Garnacho have claimed that the post is merely a supportive one of his teammate. It comes after reports claim that both Rashford and Garnacho are set to be left out of United's preseason squad if they have not been sold before their trip to the US in July. Rashford recently spoke out about his future in an interview with Spanish influencer Javi Ruiz, admitting that he would like to play alongside Lamine Yamal at Barcelona. When asked about the prospect of being teammates with Yamal, Rashford replied, "Yeah, sure. Everybody in the world wants to play with the best, so hopefully we'll see. Yamal is going to be..." It's difficult to put into words what he's doing because he's not supposed to be doing it at 16, 17. He's playing at the highest level. I don't think we've seen it. To have his mentality is a skill. He's not normal to be doing what he does, and he will keep improving. The Ballon d'Or. If you look at it in football ability, he has to win. But then you look at Ousmane Dembélé, the Champions League. Spain is nice. It's not too far from home. If I'm training over a long period, my family can come for a few days. It's a nice location and good weather. Rashford and Garnacho are expected to leave Manchester United this summer. And Barcelona's sporting director Deco has previously admitted that the club is interested in Rashford, telling Catalan radio station RAC 1 in May, "We like Luis Diaz, we like Rashford, and we like other players." Out of respect, talking about players who are under contract with other clubs is complicated. When we go to the market, there are names we know that could improve the team. Complete Liverpool transfer and hand Arne Slot 2 new problems. Milos Kerkez will become the third new face to join the Reds this summer, or fourth if you include the Georgian goalkeeper Georgi Mamardashvili, who will arrive from Valencia. Milos Kerkez will sign a 5-year contract at Anfield. Milos Kerkez will soon complete the formalities of his move to Liverpool, but the Premier League champions are about to run into a couple of issues during their summer spending spree. Hungary international Kerkez is expected to be announced as the Reds' third new face of the summer on Tuesday, having flown in from a break in Belgrade. The 21-year-old left-back, who was born in Serbia, will move from Bournemouth for around £40 million, taking the Reds' spending in the close season to just under £200 million following the arrivals of Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. Goalkeeper Georgi Mamardashvili will also link up with Arne Slot's side a year after his £29 million move from Valencia was agreed, pushing this summer's outlay up even further. Even more new signings are expected as Slot puts his imprint on the squad, having only added rarely seen winger Federico Chiesa last summer, with a new center-back and a new forward on the wish list. But with the arrival of Kerkez, attention will shift to Liverpool's outgoings, with more players expected to leave following the exits of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Callum Kelleher. Jarell Quansah is next in line in the departure lounge, with the center-back joining Bayer Leverkusen for around £35 million after his involvement with England at the European Under-21 Championships. Jarell Quansah will be sold to Bayer Leverkusen. But the sale of Quansah, plus those of Alexander-Arnold and Kelleher, have given Liverpool an issue when it comes to the non-homegrown player quota in their squad, a problem which has been added to by their summer arrivals. Under Premier League rules, squads can only carry a maximum of 17 non-homegrown players in their squad of 25 players over the age of 21, for the season with a homegrown player categorized as someone of any nationality who has been registered with any club affiliated to the English FA for a period, continuous or not, of 3 entire seasons or 36 months before his 21st birthday. Thanks to his time on the books of Manchester City's academy, new arrival Frimpong counts as a homegrown player despite playing for Netherlands. But Wirtz, Mamardashvili, and now Kerkez do not. Florian Wirtz has added to Liverpool's non-homegrown number. Indeed, Kerkez will become the 18th non-homegrown member of Liverpool's squad, forcing the Reds to omit one of the other 17 in order to register him. That is an issue which is likely to resolve itself, of course, with Chiesa and Darwin Núñez both strongly linked with moves away from the club, and further speculation surrounding the likes of Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, and Ibrahima Konate. In addition, 2 more non-homegrown players are at the center of Liverpool's second dilemma, posed by the arrival of Kerkez, who will expect to become the Reds' first-choice left-back upon signing. Andy Robertson is being eyed by Atletico Madrid. Andy Robertson and Kostas Tsimikas have both been linked with moves away this summer, with Scotland captain Robertson being eyed by Atletico Madrid as he enters the final year of his Reds contract, and Greece's Tsimikas linked with newly promoted Leeds United, among others. Liverpool must decide whether they want to keep hold of Robertson, a highly respected voice in the squad, and a member of the Reds leadership group for 1 more year to aid in Kerkez's transition, or lose him and retain Tsimikas as dependable but limited backup to the Hungarian. One is almost certain to leave, alleviating pressure on the non-homegrown quota in the process. Arsenal ponder transfer, U-turn following demand from number 1 target. Benjamin Sesko. Arsenal have made Benjamin Sesko their priority target this summer as they look to bolster their front line, but the RB Leipzig striker has some hefty wage demands. Benjamin Sesko is a target for Arsenal, but he's come with some major wage demands. Arsenal are growing frustrated with Benjamin Sesko over his wage demands as they look to wrap up a deal for their top summer target. Adding a number 9 is a priority for Mikel Arteta, but negotiations are not going smoothly due to his desired salary. The Gunners want the Slovenian hitman to be their big summer recruit, and are ready to pay the £70 million as asking price that RB Leipzig are demanding. Their failure to quality for Europe has somewhat forced the sale, with the highly rated striker tipped for the Premier League. However, Sesko's camp are looking to land a big payday and want more than Arsenal are preparing to shell out. It means that, as first revealed by The Sun, the North Londoners could back out, with sporting director Andrea Berta having been negotiating multiple deals simultaneously just in case. If so, it would likely take them in the direction for Victor Gyökeres. The Swede is determined to leave Sporting Lisbon this summer after another stunning year in front of goal, but the 27-year-old knows he isn't Arsenal's first choice. Arteta and co. are also aware that Manchester United remain particularly keen on Gyökeres. Ruben Amorim would welcome his former player to Old Trafford, but Arsenal can offer Champions League football, which could aid them in negotiations. Arsenal have opted against adding a prolific frontman in recent windows, instead prioritizing other positions. However, it came back to haunt them last term as they dealt with a plethora of injuries, whilst Kai Havertz is finishing to let them down at points. It has put the club under pressure to address the issue, especially after they missed out on the Premier League title for the 3rd straight year. The Gunners could also miss out on other targets, with Nico Williams close to sealing a switch from Athletic Bilbao to Barcelona. Arsenal could yet turn their attention to Victor Gyökeres. Crystal Palace Guehi is also on their hit list, but the defender is on Liverpool's radar and has doubts over his game time at the Emirates, given the partnership between William Saliba and Gabriel. However, the feeling within the squad is that new faces will arrive. Jurriën Timber told the Matchday podcast, he said, "It will definitely be a busy one for Arsenal. I think we will get a lot of players because we had so many injuries last season."